You are really sexy in those jeans. I think you got a super pretty face. Do you happen to be single?
Oh, yes.
Hello everyone, I'm Coach Mike Doretta with Infinite Man, the social freedom and direct dating experts. And today's video is about the first 5 seconds of a direct dating opener, which follows the format of introduce yourself, compliment the person authentically, and find out if they're available for dating you. Otherwise known as, hello, you're cute, do you have a boyfriend? It's as simple as that. Now, we can make it smoother by adding a pre-frame and choosing the ideal type of compliment, but we've talked about those concepts in the past. We're gonna make some more videos about them in the future, and in the meantime, you can head over to infinitemansummit.com/first to see our free series called How to Make First Impressions That Don't Suck. And if you can't remember the address, just go to infinitemansummit.com and look for the free stuff link at the top of the page. In today's video, I'll explain why you would want to do things this way. I'll tell you what people are thinking when you first approach them and why it's not too direct to open a conversation like this. I'll also cover a couple common newbie mistakes that people make when they're first attempting to take this advice. It may sound like a simple thing, but getting good at being this direct up front with people will have massive benefits. You'll connect more easily with compatible people because of your authenticity. You'll be way less creepy than you would be if you were hiding your true intentions. And you'll save a ton of time by learning which women are actually interested in you as quickly as possible, rather than spending hours to days wondering if she really likes you because you didn't have the balls to ask directly.
If I go direct in the approach, it happens kind of often that I might freak them out. Although I try to say stuff like, oh, I don't want to freak you out, or this may be a bit direct, but like, you look nice, or I like your body and stuff like that. But it happens quite often that they just seem to be, I don't know, perplexed. I don't know how to describe it.
Hi, you're cute. Do you have a boyfriend? This tells them why you came over. And people are always, when you approach somebody, they're going, what does this guy want? And only if they want the same thing as you do they then give a shit about anything else, like who you are or what your name is or anything like that.
Hey there. Hi. You are really sexy in those jeans. I think you got a super pretty face.
Let's imagine that you're shopping and a guy walks up to you and says, hey man, I really like your outfit. But what do you say in response?
Thanks. That's nice.
Do you have any idea why he came over to you besides that?
No.
Do you have any willingness or incentive to ask him any questions about himself, or are you starting to get creeped out and want to leave the situation?
Well, if I don't have any incentive, I'm just trying to leave.
What I'm saying is, if you reverse the situation, you weren't behaving in a way that invites conversation. Now we have to pause here again to emphasize this point. The most common mistake students make with this advice is waiting too long to ask the question after delivering the compliment. If you wait more than a second, you are more likely to confuse them and far less likely to maintain their attention, especially if you're on a busy street or a loud environment or any place where you need to lock in their attention as quickly as you can. Very often, every single time I'm out to train somebody, I see students deliver a fantastic compliment that the woman appreciates, but then they wait so long to ask the question that the woman gets confused and just says thanks and walks away. It's the combination of delivering the compliment and asking about their relationship status together that clearly conveys your intentions as quickly as possible. If you just deliver a compliment, she may not actually know that you want to date her. And if you ask about her relationship status, she may not know that you're actually attracted to her. For example, old people ask you about whether or not you're dating somebody all the time and they're not trying to date you. So when you're trying to do direct dating, you must always marry the compliment with the boyfriend question. Oh, and this is important too. When we talk about asking the boyfriend question, we don't literally mean you have to say, do you have a boyfriend every single time? Sometimes that's not even the best question. Sometimes you want to ask, are you seeing anybody? Are you married? Do you date casually? Are you available for me to flirt with? Or any other sentence that conveys your desire to see this person again in a romantic setting. In fact, if the person you're talking to is young, like 24 or lower, and I don't care if it's a guy or a girl, you might have to ask this question in a variety of ways to make it really clear what you're asking. Sometimes young people can be overly specific, and I can't even count the number of times that I've been talking to somebody and said, oh yeah, do you have a boyfriend? They say no. We chat for 20 minutes or so more, and I'm like, let me get your phone number. And she goes, oh, I didn't know that's what you were asking before because I actually just started seeing someone. He's not my boyfriend. So sometimes if you want to cover your ass, make sure you're saving time, make sure you're being as clear as possible, ask the same question in a variety of different ways. This helps make sure that nobody else is accidentally wasting your time. So, hi, I came over because I noticed you have this really nice body, and I'm wondering if you're single.
You are really sexy in those jeans. I think you've got a super pretty face. Do you happen to be single?
Oh, yes, but I'm not interested.
Okay, I appreciate your
Yeah.
honesty.
Happy being single right now.
Well, I mean, what if they were very direct, where they basically say, hey, I noticed your style, I think you're really cute, wondering if you might happen to be single?
Yeah, for sure, because you never know whether somebody's going to say, hey, I think you're cute too, or that kind of thing.
It's more attractive to be like straight up right away, in my opinion.
I would probably say yes, because that's how I met my boyfriend, so.
Nice.
Yeah.
Respect, boyfriend doing day game.
Now, in the example from our online community, which you should really consider joining if this is something you want to improve on in your life, the student uses the compliment, you have a nice body. I just wanted to pause to talk about the types of compliments that you can use. Complimenting somebody's body or physical attributes is a bit riskier than complimenting something that person chose, like a hairstyle or their fashion sense. This is because people don't always appreciate compliments for things that they did not choose. So if they were born with it, if it was luck, if they don't feel responsible for the thing that you're complimenting, then that compliment might make them uncomfortable, or at least just not be resonant, not really matter to them. We've talked about this more in depth in previous videos, and we will be doing that again real soon. But for now, the advice is there's nothing inherently wrong with a physical compliment as long as you authentically feel it. We will always recommend you go with whatever statement feels the most authentic to you. As you can see in my example, I say she looks really sexy in those jeans, and that's because I truly noticed her legs first, thought she looked good in the jeans, and then ran up to tell her so. And you can see from her smile that she had genuine appreciation for my genuine compliment. Now, I could have said the exact same words, but if there was some lack of confidence or insecurity or second guessing in my voice, it might have gone over way worse. She might not have appreciated the compliment. The reason why is because my lack of confidence might make her hyper-focus on the objectification that's inherent to complimenting someone solely on how they look. The disconnect between what I'm saying and what I'm feeling might actually come across as creepy. Think about it. On the one hand, I'm doing a very confident action of approaching a random stranger on the street to ask her out. That's a pretty confident action in and of itself. But on the other hand, something about my energy just isn't right. I'll look like I'm struggling with something, but she doesn't know what. If I can't be authentic and vulnerable enough to explain myself, she might get confused, and the confused mind says no, even if you might otherwise be a fit. That's why social freedom and having the ability to be your true self and express yourself even when you're scared is so important for success in dating. We always say that it's about personal compatibility more than any other single factor. Looks, money, lifestyle, even your social skills don't matter one at a time in the face of your overall compatibility. But if you lack social freedom, then you're simply not able to be your true self in front of enough people. You are literally standing in your own way and blocking people from seeing those things that you might have in common. If you can't be your true self for others, it's going to be extremely difficult to find a partner who appreciates you for you. And that's whether or not you're looking for a casual situation, a long-term situation, anything that requires emotional connection as its foundation. So if you're struggling with any of that, being honest with people, being vulnerable, accepting yourself, just having the ability to approach strangers on the street, InfiniteManSummit.com, get in touch with us. We're here to help you get in touch with your true self and bring that guy out to the surface so we can meet the people that you've been wanting to meet. This explains I'm attracted to you, and I'm here because I want to take you on a date sometime. I'm here because I'm attracted to you. I want to date you. I want to, whatever, right? It's the honest truth. Now she has all the information she needs to decide whether or not she wants to keep talking to you. So if she's single and she appreciated your compliment, she's gonna go, oh, thank you very much, and start talking to you. If she's not single or does not appreciate your interest, she'll say, no, thank you, and she'll walk away. But you are confusing people. If you go up to people and you just drop a compliment, I do this all the time. When I teach the swingers, I say, ladies, how often has this happened to you? Some guy walks up to you and says something like, hey, you're beautiful. And then just fucking, you can't just go up and make statements at people. That's not how people have conversations. You go up and you ask them questions. So you explain, this is what I want, and usually the question tells them what it is that you want. If you wave down a stranger on the street and you go up to them and say, hey, I'm lost, can you show me directions? He knows exactly what you want. But if you walk up to that same person and before asking him where you're for directions, you give him a compliment, he's gonna be real fucking confused. Did all you wanna do was come over and compliment me? That's nice, but it's strange. People don't usually just walk up to people and go, hey, you know, compliment, compliment, compliment. That's why we call that exercise drive-by compliments. It's not normal behavior. People usually start with a compliment and then have a question, right? They have a request. So it has to be the same breath. You're cute, do you have a boyfriend? Not you're cute, wait for f***ing ever, and then ask a follow-up question. That's weird. You're cute, do you have a boyfriend?
I really didn't think it was not clear what I wanted if I just compliment her on her body.
The best assumption is no assumption. Okay? Stop thinking like you know how other people are going to think or how they're going to react to you until you go find out, right? Go up and ask, go be curious, curiosity mindset. Hey, when I did this, what did you think? That's how you get some real accurate data about the world. Don't just assume stuff, or don't just believe what the media or what other people might tell you. Go out and find out.
Okay, folks, so it's the Infinite Man direct dating advice on how to open and start a conversation with anybody, anytime, anywhere. As long as you're in a culture where it's appropriate to approach people and talk about dating, which by the way is everywhere we teach live training courses, then you can use this wherever you go. And if you don't think that's true, then I'm sorry you've had a tough time, but you need some more social freedom training, and soon you'll start to see the world as a happier, friendlier, more inviting place. So click the links in the description, subscribe to the channel, like and share our content if you appreciate it, and until the next time, my friends, get out there and be ballsy.